Thank you for staying. Hang on. Well, I'm David Pereira. I'm from Colombia. It's a pleasure to be here. I have 21 years experience in cybersecurity field. I work for many companies. I'm the president of Secpro. I work for military, banking, and other. Well, we're going to talk about mm, how the companies use our information without we know it. So we are to the end of the presentation. We want to solve the question: are we digital puppets or not? So we're gonna talk about my information, what is tracking, how many ways the people have or the companies have to make us their puppets or influence us, and we're going to see details. So, what do you think about your behavior in internet with your computers? You think you are totally free to make your choices, or you think that somebody think for you? What do you believe? I want just to know a little bit. You think by yourself? You feel that? Really? Okay, perfect. That's great. That's good. Okay, let's see what the companies do. When you go to a website, you give a lot of information. You normally do not know what kind of information you give, but you give your browser information, what kind of computer you have, your OS information, your location, carrier, and your user information. A little bit stuff. Let me show you what I'm talking about. We can use a tool like Central Ops, and let's see what Central Ops says about my computer. It's a very nice option here. It's called Browser Rebuild. That allows me to know what I'm sharing. I'm sharing my IP address, of course. The important things are here. Cookies. I'm sending cookies or accepting cookies. May I have these technologies enabled or not? And you see that this is the end of information. And if you say, okay, it's not so much information. Yeah, because I use a lot of securities in my browser. But if I use a different browser, Chrome or something like that, let's try with Chrome. Same page. Browser mirror option. You see a little bit more information. Like your JavaScript version, this is script if it's supported or not, Java, if you accept cookies or not, the further browser. If you see here, this detects how kind of machine I have, which is the version of my browsers in my computer. If I have plugins, what kind of plugins, each one of them, even the version of some of them, and my screen resolution, window resolution, and size of my screen. So it's some information about the computer. That allows to an attacker to know what kind of platform I use. That kind of allows an attacker to know which kind of browser I use, so he can use a specific attack against me. So we give this kind of information for any site you browse. There are a lot of pages that allow you to know that kind of information. But so, what kind of tools the companies and the advertisers use against us? They use cookies. Everybody knows cookies. The ever cookies, that's they are called two flash cookies, or LSO or zombie cookies. We already gonna see like perma cookies, JavaScript, very, very interesting. In iframes, web beacons, and HTML5. Let's see. Cookies, everybody knows about cookies. There is a link about the cookies, information. Okay, everybody knows that cookies store some kind of information in my computer to know who am I, how much time I was in a site, if I go to a link in this site, and some kind of this information is used for send us advertisement, direct advertisement, and so on. Examples. That is a very, very interesting example that these two. Let me show you something. This is one of the images of Papa's company. It's an advertising company that offers you, as a provider of a service, that you can influence action of your customers. Influence. So they are giving us directions. They offer connected people, not devices. What that means, if you have a tablet, if you have a PC, Mac, and your cell phone, you may think, okay, for this kind of advertisers, those are different devices, and it's difficult to them to detect it's me, only working in different devices. But no, they cannot. Because you are loaded in some pages that allows them to send the cookies, and the cookies share information. So they can detect that you use 4, 5, 6 different devices, but this only one person. They offer what they call cross-device advertising. This is what I already told. They use CDP. CDP is a very interesting thing. It's like with intelligence, cross information between devices and then found that is your only you. Facebook, it's amazing that the people right now are amazed with Facebook and well, what they did with the person's information, but this is from 2015. It's not a new thing, but this is 3 weeks ago. It's the same. Facebook all the time use information from non-users. So you don't need to have a Facebook account to be in their databases. Okay? Well, second, error cookies, or flash cookies, or zombie cookies, or really some local share cookies. The difference with the regular cookies are very small. Just text, and if you delete them, well, they do not respond. But this kind of cookies, the error cookies, even if you delete them, they're gonna respond all the time. Not all of them, but a lot. Even if you use Tor, maybe you're familiar with Tor. So this kind of cookies was thinking like a tracking mechanism to know if you are in web browsing your regular internet and then you go through Tor, how can I connect the same person? How can I know it's the same person, same device? With a specific kind of cookies called flash cookies or zombie cookies. This is the way. So if you use Tor or not, you can be tracked. It's the same. How they do that? Okay, normally they can store in your computer more or less 100 kilobytes of information, and they use different spaces to store information inside your computers, like, of course, cookies, standard cookies, web history, HTTP tags, window caching, and a lot of places inside your computer that you don't even know. You think that you are using a different tool like a crop cleaner or something like that. You think, okay, my machine is clean. I clean my history or browsing history, or no, it's not true. Those cookies are so persistent that you need a specific macromedia tool, Flash, to remove them. Yeah, you need to go to a link, specific link, this one, that shows you that you need Flash to use it. Let me show you this same link in a virtual machine. I don't like to allow Flash in my computer. Obviously, I don't need to say that. But let me show you. You can see that is a URL from Macromedia that allows you to see which perma-cookie you have. And you can manage from this website. And you can see, well, which one you have, and you can delete, and you can select, always ask to put or to allow permissions for put this kind of cookies inside my computer or not. But the people doesn't know this exists. So all of you are full of this kind of cookies, and you don't know it. See? You can use another tools like Nearsoft tools and so on to detect them and delete them. But it's very funny. You delete them, and 2 days after, you're gonna find them again. Well, perma-cookies. It's a very interesting thing. There is something called unique identifier killer that allows some companies to identify yourself perfectly. How it works? It was used by Verizon. You can see this is 2014, but it still, the people doesn't know that there is a website where you can opt out this kind of tracking, but you must go there and say, I don't like this tracking. Yeah? So how it works, it's a little creepy. Your device sends an HTTP request, regular one. Verizon injects a header inside your message. The website destination, a third party, receives this request with the header previously injected. Then the website directs a specific request to AppExchange. Okay, so AppExchange know that they must pay to Verizon because they made the favor to put this kind of information and bring information about the user to them. And we have a nice question. What is the exchange? Previously, Joe Gray talked about Google. Well, the exchange is Google. So they have your information, a lot of information. Okay? Well, JavaScript. I love JavaScript because I can do a lot of things with JavaScript. But the important thing here is that normally you allow in your computer to run programs with your notice, without your notice, sorry. So with JavaScript, I can know a lot of things from a computer. There are a lot of companies talking about how to know who is my user, which one are their preferences, what they prefer, etc. You have information, you can see, this is beautiful, this is map my user. Sounds like they know about it or not. My user. So, in map my user, you can see this portal and you see, try over them. Okay, yeah. So, they show us a lot of places they are working with that allow me to see information about my user. They say here right now in this website, there are 31 users online right now, real time. Real time. It's back a little bit. They tell you geographical situation and a lot of information about them. if they are using Android, iPhones, Firefox, iPads, etc., etc., etc. All of this information that you give to them. So they offer to the companies that sell products that kind of information, similar to other advertisers like Tapat or something like that. Google have their own JavaScript developments that allow them to know a lot of you. If you see their website, this is a Java snippet. It's a very simple code that just grab information about your computer. So they allow them to know total time that you spend in their site. So if you go to Amazon or eBay or something, they know how much time you were there, what time you were there, what you in each of their options you spend more time, where do you click, and a lot of information, geographic location, what browser you use, etc. Information you already show you in the first time. So they allow to know to the advertisers and their clients information about a lot of information about. This is the snippet that I already showed you. This is another different one. So, inline frames, another way of terming. Inline frames, think about them like a browser inside your browser. So, you are in a website and they have a problem. They have the problem that, okay, in this website I have tracking, but if you go to a different website, how can I know which one is the new website you visit? Inline frame. The inline frame, as I told you, it's a web browser inside the web browser. So allow them to connect one site with another site. And it's called cross-domain tracking. Don't matter if you change websites, they can track you. You can see here, this is one of the Google link, Google information to configure the tracking, and shows you that you can have a lot of websites and connect them. So it's okay if the people clicking one link and go to another site and then another site, they can track you through each one of these sites. No problem at all. See, I use their own websites. So we have here different examples like Apple or similar. They tell something similar like an app. They say, well, we can tell you want more clients, you want to harmonize results, personalize your customer experience. It's profiling. They need to profile you so they know what to offer you. Yeah? They know your gender, they know your age, they know your habits. So because they see, okay, Robert browse internet 8 o'clock in the morning, but Judy browse internet 5 o'clock. Or I don't know, Josh, and he comes back from school, he looks for videos or something at 3 p.m. And so on, so on, so on. Well, another way to do it, web beacon. It's very nice technology. Maybe you see this example. You receive a lot of spam on a daily basis. But, okay, you try to not open this spam. But maybe you fall in the trap and visualize spam email, right? And then you receive an avalanche of more and more spam. And you say, well, it's very, very simple. one pixel beacon technology. What is this? Think in an image, 1 pixel by 1 pixel, totally transparent GIF that is connected with code with servers that detect the information I showed previously. Let me show you. This partnership is Albert. This is a beautiful website, verified, and it works perfectly to our example. Let's say that we want to take an image. Let's look for a 1 pixel by 1 pixel image. This one. See? Perfect. Let's take one of these, and I'm gonna graph the link. Grapify allows us to show how is the work of 1 pixel beacon image. So I put here the URL and ask them to create an URL. Size, I hate that. Let's see, this is 5, okay. Well, they bring us this link. It's amazing because if you I can grab your information. So this kind of link is put it in an email, and that's it. So let's try. I'm gonna go to this link. That's it. Okay, it's the transparent 1 pixel beacon I show you. But if we go to Grapify and refresh this website, we already have one result. Date and time, IP address, country, San Francisco, Mozilla, referrer, host name, and URI. Your real IP address. That's important thing because normally if a person send an email through Gmail, Yahoo Mail, or something, the people are very confident because the receiver do not know which one is your real IP address because they see the email server address. But with this kind of technology, I have your real IP address. Okay? So they can target you. I don't know if somebody wants to go to this link with your phones. I think so. Okay. But it's very amazing. What? HTML5 canvas. It's a beautiful technology. How it works? When you render an image in your computer uses different processing engines, different export options, different compression levels. So different that allows to profile it. It's in each computer, even if it's a Mac or C or Linux, etc., works differently. So they can profile. This is a beautiful tool called browserleaks.com that allows you to see different tracking technologies and the result of each one of them if you try. Let's see canvas fingerprint here, and you can see what information you show. You show information about your API, uniqueness, 99.99. So it's very easy to target my computer with HTML5 canvas between 200,000 computers. Well, if there are 15 only, like my computer. So you can see with the renderization of the image, how can you profile the computer, and it takes Mac OS and different versions of Firefox, etc. with HTML5. Okay. The previous Methods are not the only ones. There are a lot of things different with Silverlight, Microsoft, and other different filters, content filters, or feature detection. But well, I just want to show you some of them. I don't want to make this long because I'm the only one person between you and your beer. So I'm gonna finish very quickly. Why they use this? Well, if you are paying to an advertising company, you want to make your money count. So they need to show you that if you receive, they have information about whole, 1 million users, they are real. No same person clicking 1 million times over the same link. So they use this kind of information to profile you and recover and grab information about you and then sell this information because it's very, very valuable. What can you do against this kind of technologies to keep your privacy options? Because everybody must have the right to choose if share his information or her information or not. You can use these kind of tools like privacy or script, those. I recommend this one script. It's very, very nice because you can block JavaScript. So if you don't want nothing to run JavaScript, it's okay. Nothing gonna run JavaScript. You can see, show you. You can see an option. Which one will be a very normal page to visit here in San Francisco? Newspaper or something like that? Man, I don't know. Yahoo, okay. If we go to Yahoo, not MX, X, it looks for, well, really, but we can see, okay, I allow Yahoo to run information. Let's say it's not trusted and not trusted. And yes. Oh, if you see here, Yahoo is trying to run 19 items running JavaScript, and you don't even know. So you can use this add-on, it's totally free, to block any kind of JavaScript content. So you can choose if you trust or not in the website you are browsing. We do have another tools like Ghoster is here, this one. Ghoster is another tool. There is a link in my slide. So you can detect trackers and block them automatically. You maybe are thinking why he used a lot of tools because no one of these tools is perfect. Unfortunately, they block different content. So I use a mix of them. I use this one. I use this. It's great. This is uBlock. It's great because it blocks pop-ups. I hate pop-ups, don't you?
Yeah.
Okay. So it blocks pop-ups. So if you see, it says how many items or programs or unwanted programs they block, and so on, so on, so on. Here in my slides are the links for a blocker, hosted, do not track me, etc. You want more information? Well, it's very, very simple because you can see, drop me a mail or drop me a message in Twitter or in my YouTube channel. You can ask me, okay, how can I install this tool or how can I prevent this kind of tracking? And I'm going to be more than pleased that make you a video about it. Okay? You have some kind of question? This?
When GDPR kicks in next month, I think it's going to make this problem better.
Wow, it's a great question. I was thinking about it previous days. I think gonna be worse because we're gonna discover different technologies that are not completely the rules that normally. So I think that we're gonna have the same talk, but 3, 4, 5 months from now.
Right.
Yeah, great question. Another one, please.
GDPR actually says that it has a lot of talks a lot about profiling.
Yeah.
So it's really trying to block all these super cookies and cross-device tracking.
Cross domain. Yeah. I do that. I do this blocking, and I am very happy to. As I told you, you must have the right to make a decision about this, about your privacy. Okay, sometimes you need to be tracked for some reason because you need to connect information between sites, but not all the time. Not in social media or social networking, because you maybe want privacy. I don't know if you see these super cookies are more in the chat sites, video chat sites. So if not everybody do very religious things in that kind of sites, you know.
Yeah.
So they can track you and they can know who are you and what kind of videos you put or what kind of photos you put in this kind of sites. And
Under GDPR, you will not be able to use the cross-device profiling, fingerprinting, or super cookies without getting
permission,
probably consent from the user to do it.
That's right.
You're not supposed to.
Yeah, supposed.
And if you do it, someone might come after you.
Yeah,
At some point.
at some
It'll
point.
take a while for that to happen.
It depends too about where you're located, because we don't have a universal law that can go against the people that despise this kind of rules. So it's very difficult right now.
It'll be interesting to see. I saw you had AdBlock Plus in there also.
Yeah.
On Peerlyst, people recommend to use uBlock instead because AdBlock Plus.
I used to. Yeah.
AdBlock Plus actually allows ads on certain sites that they consider benign.
Well, you can turn it off.
Yes, that's true. You can turn off the.
Yeah.
That's what I.
Yeah, you can turn it off. You can use another kind of browsers if you want more privacy. You can use Brave.
I do.
So it's a very good choice.
Yeah, the privacy browser.
Yeah, privacy browser, Brave. Yeah, it's very good. It's free. You can see the lion, and the lion always show you how much trackers are he looking. It's a very good choice.
And there you have one fingerprinting method.
Yeah.
What is that? Fingerprinting? That's where it goes and it takes, for example, a look at your sound card and your graphics card and other things to build a
fingerprint
for that device,
for your
or
device.
for your as a user, so that they can identify you either across browsers or across devices.
Yeah.
Even with your network card.
Yeah. Because the MAC address is unique and everything.
Yeah. Sometimes I spoof my MAC address just for issue.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's important to not fall in paranoia, but it's important to know what they can know. Perfect. Well, I hope you like it. I don't want to take more time from you. Any other question? Okay. Thank you for being brave and keep yourself here until this moment. Thank you so much.
And that concludes the live stream for today. Thank you, everybody who was on board. And bye.
Goodbye.